Hello YouTube land, it's Portia E coming to you with my personal beauty, skin, and nail tips. All right, so I am going to jump right into this video and let you know pretty much the things that I do to try to keep my skin healthy and clean, all right? And also for my nails, just to let you know how I keep those going. All right, so let's jump right in. On a daily basis, Monday through Friday, I tend to drink a lot of water. This is a 50.7 fluid ounce bottle, and I tend to drink 1.5 of these Monday through Friday, or that is my aim. I make it most days. Some days I don't always get to it, but Monday through Friday, while I'm at work, this is my other job, all right? So I want to get 1.5 of these in per day. And again, I normally make it. And this is more so my bottle just to keep an accurate measure of how much I'm drinking. So this isn't always like the Poland Spring water in here. Sometimes I fill this with regular tap water, which is fine for me. It's fine. I love my tap water where I live. All right. So I get at least 1.5 of these in Monday through Friday. And I love it. I really believe that this helps with my skin and also my hair, obviously, and my nails. As far as cleansing my face is concerned, I tend to use this as a facial cleanse. I will get cold water and just damp the face, and I will pour a handful of the peroxide and just kind of splash the face all over, let it sit for a little bit, and rinse with cold water. That's pretty much my cleanse. So this is what I use. Peroxide, hydrogen peroxide. Also as a cleanser, if I feel like I really need it, if my face is a little itchy, or if there's a bump or two, I will cleanse my face with that peroxide rinse and then rinse it really well. And then when I'm in the shower, I will wash from head to toe, hair and all, hair, face, body, with this Dudu Osan black soap. All right. I tend to use this. My scalp loves it. My face loves it. My body loves it. So when I feel like I need a very, very good cleanse, this is what I tend to use. As far as facial mask is concerned, I tend to use this. Woo, it's coming out. Baking soda. All right. I tend to use baking soda. What I do with this is I make a paste out of it with warm water, and I use a good bit of this. I make like a milky type of paste, and I kind of just lather that on so that it forms a facial mask. I let it dry for a while because it tends to harden. You can feel the tightness. You can feel like everything pulling in nicely. I tend to use that as my mask. And then once that's all dried and almost flaking, I tend to rinse it off with cold water. And that's my facial mask. That is what I use. It tends to do my face very well between that peroxide and the baking soda. So that is pretty much what I use. When I do use the Dudu Osan on my face, I tend to use this. All right, the shea butter, African shea butter. I tend to use that on my face and skin, and that's mostly at night if I'm going to do that, because I tend to not use this during the day, especially during the winter season, because I just get really dry and I need something extra to go with that. So what I use normally and on a day-to-day basis is Vaseline. Yes, I do. I use this on my face and on my skin faithfully. And I like the one with the cocoa butter. I love this Vaseline with the cocoa butter. I tend to use this. My grandmother used it. She has great skin. I think my mother uses it. She has really nice skin. I think most of my family use it, and everybody pretty much has, decent skin. So my skin type is like a medium to dry, I think. So normal to dry maybe. So this works well for my skin. I don't have to worry about chafing or anything like that during the winter months and even the summer months. I use it. I also use this faithfully on my lips. So, the really, really small ones that are like probably this size, I tend to get that and I roll around with it. Or I use this for my lips. It's still Vaseline, but just like the regular one. So I get it in the small bottle. In the small container. It's in my pocketbook, and I use that. I don't wear lipstick like that. I used to be such a huge lipstick fanatic that I would go to bed in lipstick. And because I don't want anything to take me over like that at a very, very young age, I think I stopped wearing lipstick at like 25. Because from like 12 to 25, I wore lipstick. And I wore like the ruby red, the burgundies, the browns, all of that. But I don't really need the lipstick because my skin is already a natural tinted shade, if you can see that. So the Vaseline is fine. And a lot of times people tend to think that I have liner on for some reason. I guess because of the lighter shade there, and then my lips are naturally dark. All right, so I don't know, that's just the way I was born, so I take it. So I don't tend to now, like 25 and older, I have not worn lipstick ever. So Vaseline is what I use also for my lips. As far as makeup is concerned, I do not use again, any facial makeup. This is just how my skin is. I don't use any facial makeups at all, foundation or anything like that. What I do though is I will play with the eyes. I do makeup around my eyes. So I do that. And what I use for makeup is for my lashes. Let me start with my base. For my base, this is actually a mineralized blush, but I found it in a couch that someone gave me. If you don't know my story, I had a fire last year, and so I had to start from scratch. We lost everything. Well, the person that a friend of mine's friend donated a couch for me. And when I pull that couch out, it's like a sleeper couch, a sleeper sofa. In there, I found treasure. I found, and she's probably looking for it, MAC Mineral Blush. Well, it's the same color it's a good color as for my face. I don't use it on my face. What I do is I use it as a foundation for my eyelids. I use it as a base color for my eyes. So this is such a rich color, and it's a little richer than my skin. So when I do tend to put it as a base on my eyelashes. Wait, what are these? On my eyelids. When I tend to use it as a base on my eyelids, it just brings the eyes out. And then I use liner, my makeup liner, my powder makeup liner, which I use of Revlon or Maybelline. So I use these. This is kind of the color that I more so use. And I will use this brown color here as like my eyeliner. All right. And then I use the other colors around it. Not as often, but I do use my liner daily. And again, it's Revlon or Maybelline. It's like my daily colors that I use, my daily pads. And or Revlon or Maybelline mascaras. All right. And I tend to use two. I use the very black, and I like the very thin brush just to define my lashes, as well as I like a super length. So the brush, this is the brush that comes with that. All right. So I will use both of these. So one and one and one and one. And I like to use the Revlon or the Maybelline because I have very sensitive eyes and they do not tend to make my eyes water. Anything else that I've used, no matter how wonderful they made the eyelashes looked, by like morning, like an hour after I would put it on, my eyes will be like rolling. So like with tears. So something within those products that maybe is not in these products, I don't know. But Revlon or Maybelline, these eyelash mascaras, they don't do that to me. So I tend to use those. And if I really want to do my eyes up and wear different shades of color, this is my favorite palette whatsoever. It's by Coastal Scents, and I tend to order this online. These are like my absolute favorite makeups. This one is the Reveal 3D palette. They have a Reveal 2D, and I had that one before, but I bought these shades now. So these are the shades that I love. And I pretty much tend to use all of them when I really want to like do my face up. All right. So I tend to use these. And again, it's Reveal 3D by Coastal Scents. And again, I get this online. You could just probably Google Coastal Scents and see whatever the latest palettes that they have. This again is also good for my eyes. It does not make my eyes water. It stays on, especially with my MAC base that I use, which this again is really blush. My makeup tends to stay on so well, like when I use these, and these stay on very, very well. So I like those. As far as, and I had to start doing this recently. My grandmother came to visit me she now lives in South Carolina. And she came up to visit the family in Connecticut, and she stayed with me pretty much. And I tend to have like, I'm always like plucking the little hairs that are growing under there. Well, for some reason, like this year and over the summer even, I just started growing more and more hair. Well, when my grandmother came, she was like, girl, you need to get some of that in there. So she made me buy this thing, which I'm very afraid to use. I was afraid to use it, but I have used this at least 2 or 3 times, like every 2 weeks since the end of September. I've been using this just under here. So if you have this, read the directions well. And it works pretty well. It does get rid of a lot of the little hairs and stuff there. But with some of the other stubborn hairs that have been there for a while, I still have to go in and like actually pluck those with the tweezer. I have to tweeze them. But it does get rid of like a lot of those hairs. Will I grow a full-on beard? I hope not. I hope I don't, because I don't know. I need to either get a boyfriend or a man or something again in my life, even though I just got rid of one. But since that, I've been like turning into a straight man. Oh my God, I need to like get rid of this. So anyway, I've added this to my face routine, like probably again every 2 weeks. Um, Also, now these were given to me. I have not used them yet. Um, they were in my like whole closet thing. These are facial scrubs, right? I guess this is a facial scrub too. I'm not even sure. But I have not used these yet. I'm sure at some point I will use these. But I just haven't opened them because I tend to use what works well for me, and I don't like to veer from those too much. But um, maybe and soon I will use these and maybe do a product review. All right, because I tend to use exactly what I showed you. Those are what I have used for years. I don't have many breakouts. Again, I think because of the water. But sometimes, like if I eat too much chocolate, I tend to get a pimple, a bump or this or that. I tend to get those things. Now, again, I don't wear makeup here. I only do like here, my eyes. So I tend to do that. Um, Also, what I think makes my skin look so, I guess, vibrant, clean, a little more healthy, um, is this vitamin D. I tend to use this often. I will take these maybe until the bottle runs out. I try to be faithful with them, like at least Monday through Friday when I'm getting my water in. And again, I use this is the gel, the soft gels. Excuse me. I like the soft gels of these. They digest easily. I can definitely see and feel a difference when I use the vitamin D, not only in my skin, but also in my joints. Vitamin D is so good for your joints, all right, for your muscles. I don't get the aches and pains that I would normally have when I use that vitamin D. So it's vitamin D is very, very good, very, very good for me. So I tend to use that. Um, and last but not least, for my nails. Now, I tend to do my nails myself all the time. I probably go once a year to get like a full on manicure to push back the cuticles and all that. But again, I do all of that myself because I like to do my nails. I like to do the nail art. I like to do that. I love to do that. So I tend to, when I want to really grow my nails, because I keep them a certain length, just for me, just to maintain, it's just easier, especially with my hair, because I do have locks. Um, I do not tend to grow my nails as long, um, because I had very long nails at one time. But they tend to, if there's a snag in my nail, these things get caught in there, and it just tears the nail right off anyway. So in the last couple of years, I've tend to keep my nails about this length. I tend to keep them about that length. So that's what I do to keep my nails strong and pretty much healthy. I use this Nailtiques Formula 2. You can get this from like Walgreens, CVS, probably Walmart. I don't know if I'm not sure if I've seen it in Walmart, but I know I've picked this up from Walgreens as well as CVS. And again, it's the number 2 formula, Formula 2. So it comes in a little tiny bottle. It's pretty expensive. I think this little bottle may have been $17 to $21, and they have a larger bottle, which is probably almost $30. But this is very, very good. It's like a nail protein, and if you have they have different formulas like 1, 2, and 3. So this one is kind of in the middle, number 2. I don't really have a brittle nail. Like my nails are pretty like normally strong, so I tend to use this, the Formula 2, and again, nail teaks. So my nails love it when I use it. They're hard. They feel good. They grow quickly when I use that. As far as taking my products off, I tend to use this. I do use the acetone because sometimes, because I have so many layers sometimes on my nails, this tends to take it off quickly. Other than that, I will use a regular like 99-cent lemon. I like the lemon scent removers. I tend to use those. So I think that is it for my products, skin, beauty tips that I personally use. All right, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. This video is running into a little over 20 minutes now, so I'm going to end. But those are pretty much my beauty secrets. All right. So that is it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, as well as if you like this video, like it. If you don't like this video, like it. All right. And again, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. And thanks for watching. Peace. One love.